Okay guys, I'm going to share a little something with you that impressed me this week, and I think it's one of the best gaming videos I've seen in a long time. I watched the whole thing in full, it's 80 minutes. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but I'm just gonna explain why I feel this way. This may surprise you, but it's iFerg. He did. I became the #1 player in the world again, and initially I thought, is he grinding CODm? Because I guess one of the criticisms of Ferg is, we often don't see him playing as much as he used to. But yeah, I started watching this thinking it was a Call of Duty mobile video. Oh yeah, what gun did you get? The leaderboard, or whatever.
I've been #1 in the world in over 5 different mobile titles. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you the story of how I got it in this 6th one. And let me tell you right now, this is the hardest shooter I've ever had to learn. No! Known as...
Okay, so then I realized it's Arena Breakout. I was like, what the hell? Now, I think I knew that some of the content creators had been, off-grinding this new game. When a new game comes out, sometimes there's sponsorship chances. Also, there's a chance to really launch your channel. If you get it on the pre-season before it's released fully, you've got an advantage in that you're over new players, and that you're already experienced and so on. But you can also establish yourself as the content creator for that channel. So he's been off doing that. I think probably for most of us was the first content creator we discovered when we joined COD Mobile, because we needed to know what the hell's going on with the guns and stuff, which were much simpler back in the day. And because he was the biggest straight off the bat, his videos were suggested. So I think that's a fair comment. I think it's interesting that he's been #1 in 6 of these different games. It's impressive. Yeah, okay, so iFerg is probably one of the few content creators we have that has a professional team behind him. He's got a manager, he's got editors, and you can just tell the quality, just even this little glow around him, that you're used to seeing in thumbnails, is impressive, the lighting and all of this. So it's a well-composed video right from the start. Those of us who have tried Arena Breakout can relate to this straight off. To my mind, it's just too hard. I'm a casual player. You're gonna have to spend time getting good at it, and that's what he's done.
Not only that, as you move around the map, you have to reload your ammo bullet by bullet if you haven't done so in the main lobby. In fact, when I first started this game, I was terrible. You've got to be f***ing with me, man.
It is relatable. Now, I think he secured a sponsorship before he started playing it. So that was the challenge to, get good at it quick. But he's been recording this stuff from day one. Putting together a video like this some months later, going through it is just, man, what's your process? What's your system for gathering those clips and stuff?
Guys, on a real level, I have never been this bad on a shooter title, ever. Dude, I had no f***ing bullets. When new stuff like this launches, I like to position myself in the top 5 players in the planet so that you guys can get the best content possible from one of the best players.
Oh my god, let's go.
But Arena Breakout was different. I didn't even know where I was going wrong. It was just continual deaths.
What the f?
But I mean, you can tell the quality of the video, it's professionally done. It's got these text elements coming in and so on. The music is a notable thing. I don't know whether I'll have copyright issues with the music being used. It's good use of dramatic music. Fearson, for those that maybe don't know this, SxC does have a clan in Arena Breakout. Jokesta had asked me to set one up, and I was just like, I'm not playing it. But I was waiting for someone known to the clan to start playing it and want to set one up, and Fearson was that man, and so he is the clan master for Arena Breakout for SxC, of which Jokesta is a member, obviously, and so is Immortal Lee, who does Arena Breakout content as well. He's done some scopes videos and so on, and he streams it. Em's reaction as well. Yeah, so this is it. It's all relatable. I think it's one of those love it, hate it games. For me, PUBG, when I started it, before mobile, so this is on the PC, I watched it for a year, getting to know people like PewDiePie and Shroud, Dr. Disrespect and Ninja actually were all in that group. There's a bunch of people that were just fun to watch. Shroud was probably, once PewDiePie himself, had some great content. But it was, when I started playing it, it was too hard. Like, you're going up, same with actually Fortnite's like this as well. There is no rank matching. You're just in with whoever's on the server, which can include, you know, an iFerg. So you really have to be engaged in the game to stick at it and get better. So it is relatable. Oh yes, there's a light version as well. Dusk, hello Dusk. Dusk is like, what the hell? Why is Hissing watching an iFerg video? I did an iFerg video once. Like I said, he was the first content creator that I watched. And then just over time, I don't know how much time, he got into the meme stuff, which I realized, you know, I'm not his audience, so I stopped watching it. But lately, like, I'm resubscribed to him. I did a video talking about why I stopped watching iFerg, and, you know, just it's on my channel. Interesting, just little, you know, stroll down memory lane. But iFerg actually found that video and commented on it, and respect, like, that he did it, and he did it in a positive way. So, say he's polarizing to the community. Some people hate him, some people love him, some people really love him. He's got some fanboys. But anyway, so I've been resubscribed to him. I'll catch these little things here and there, and, you know, see where things are good. They're good, and I respect, because he is the only truly professional content creator that we have, as in he has a full-on team behind him producing this sort of content. Like, this required a team.
Ammo, meds, surgical.
Okay, so then it comes into a little bit. This is a sponsored video, I think, because he's a sponsored content creator. But, you know, he's introducing, you know, it's actually following a storyline arc, introducing some of the, you know, the things in the game.
Kilograms, you can't run anymore unless you bring stims.
He talks about just some of the dynamics in the game that, like, for those of us that play COD Mobile and like a fast sliding jumping game, that's part of why we hate it.
Run! Are you kidding me? I can't run anymore. I have no strength.
I think by now you get the point. The learning curve of it is insane.
So yeah, I think there's an interesting story behind this. This is his, you know, he's trying to do what he did with COD Mobile and other games. Get in first, become the top player, and things are not going to plan.
The thing I was finding the hardest was slowing down my rushy, ADHD, cracked out gameplay.
Oh my god.
For a slower, more methodical pacing. People in this play super strategically. They don't want to die at all.
You've got to be f***ing with me, bro. Where are you camping? Oh my god, bruh.
Because if they do, they lose all the stuff they brought into the raid and everything that they can possibly find.
I think that's what some people hate about it, is that's it. Like, I had this, there's a PUBG's mobile's got a version of this, I forget what it's called, and yeah, it was like introduced within the game, but it was completely standalone game. We did play a little bit of it, but that was it. If you go in with the best stuff and you die, or your team gets wiped out, then you lose everything. It was quite brutal.
This stuff is actually worth something because you can sell it on the open market for other people to buy off you. It's like its own universe, and everyone wants to flex what they have in their inventory.
What are you flexing, Fearson?
After re-downloading the game mid-September, I went on what would be probably the longest grind without making a video on a game I've had since like 2017, when my career first started. You see, I knew that me and Arena Breakout were gonna partner up. That's why they're the sponsor of today's video. And I couldn't go into a new mobile title being terrible at it.
What? I shot him in the fucking skull.
So I spent the entire second half of September grinding every single day, 12 hours a day, and well, let's just say I was still bad.
The cards are so annoying.
Okay. Not that bad. I'd improved a little.
There's a quick 1v4.
And by this point, I still hadn't announced a partnership between us, which was gonna launch October 1st, but I'd already started recording a series known as Zero to Hero, where I hop in with one gun and nothing else. No meds, surgicals, backpack, helmet, armor, anything except that gun and some bullets for it.
When I've watched some of Lee's streams, and in a moment of weakness, I think, oh, maybe I will have a go back to it. This is the sort of style I'd probably want to do, is just go in with nothing that you could lose. The reality is I just don't have the time. I was talking about this earlier. I only have so much time in my life for gaming and for games. So got to be very focused with it.
But it was the series that made me think possibly I could try and get the #1 position on the leaderboards for a little bit of time.
Okay, this is where I believe the actual story starts. All the rest was the prologue. Yeah, I mean, he's doing this talk to camera as well. So, you know, there's a script. He's very animated with it and so on. There's that music. It might not be perfect, but it's certainly dramatic and plays into the tension.
Bro, the game just started.
Like I said, I'd never been this bad at an FPS
that's
game in
relatable
my
as well.
entire life. That's right, I have a girlfriend. We've been going out for over a year. I'll reveal her to you soon, I promise. So I want to bite my time.
That'll get views.
I was literally addicted to the game. I don't know how I went from rushing around in all these different titles to loving a slower paced, strategical, more methodical game in such a short time. Like,
See, he's introduced that he's got a girlfriend. Now, if you're addicted to this game and you're really grinding for the leaderboard, how many hours is that? How do you still have a girlfriend? Like, that's that's a very patient and forgiving girlfriend.
I guess it must have been because I put in so many hours. 4 hours into my stream, I was told by Sonho, a fellow AB partner, they'd added leaderboards with Season 2. And I didn't even realize. This is my reaction.
Oh crap, I'm freaking sick. Yo, screw this 0 to hero stuff. I want to get #1 on leaderboards.
Even though I was extremely far behind from that #1 spot, I decided, screw it. I didn't spend my entire life on this game for the last month and a half just to not be the first creator ever in the history of the game to get #1.
So he's determined?
That's exactly what I went for. Because I had to be the first mobile player to get more #1s than what I could count on
It's
one
important to
hand.
him, yeah.
6 times.
The
My
6th time,
strat
you know,
was to
bit
go into
of Dr.
Armory, the
Disrespect.
hardest map, as a solo against all the squads and rush as many teams possible.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he's got his
God.
strategy.
Since I was already warmed up, we got off to a flying start.
Whoa!
Yeah, he's a good player, right?
Insane.
In fact, after many games of insane wipes,
So while I don't necessarily like playing this game, I have enjoyed watching Mod 6 and Lee play. Just like I used to watch PUBG for a year before I even could play it.
Everyone's dead. Everyone's dead. Oh my God, I wiped them.
and even more insane wipes.
I mean, for PUBG, I needed a laptop and an internet good enough. But that's what got me started in gaming, pretty much. Desire to play Battle Royale,
Further back.
because I was watching other people.
Solid strategy where I would go from one part of the back of Armory to the other part of the back of Armory, depending on where I spawn. Because they're
Okay, but I mean, you see, it's a sponsored video, but it's telling this, I think, dramatic story. Like, we're only halfway through, but he's introducing, for new players, you know, it's really showcasing in the best way what it's about. He's explaining that it is hard to get started, but if you stick at it, and here's some things. Right now, he's showing you a tactic that he was using for his leaderboard grind. This is smart stuff.
there's many different locations
Really
you can
noticed.
actually spawn in on. So if I spawned on the gas side, I would rush through and around the back lane the whole way down to bar.
Fearson, can you actually melee people? Can you get kills? Or is it like COD Mobile BR where it's just give up?
Barn and extract through there using a no backpack extract. If I spawned on the barn side, I would run the whole way down over to the gas.
Hit me on
And then
gas.
he extracts to get the points.
But if I died, I would lose 60 to 70 points.
It's brutal. It reminds me of PUBG actually, ranking system.
No, bro.
In fact,
When they
even if
introduced
I got
Conqueror.
3 kills and still died, I would still lose points.
No! I thought I killed him!
So it was imperative that I extracted without dying and got at least a couple of kills so that I could go positive every game. Because if I only left with 0, I would get nothing. As I climbed the ranks, I noticed this guy called NN1. I got
Okay.
into my head that I had to beat him to legendary and become the first ever. So I stuck.
So it's often motivating to have someone to compete against. We just see this in basic content creations. There's little dramas that get started between content creators, which sometimes seem a bit fabricated, like to boost views and stuff, because people like drama when there is none. And the other way is to have a like the Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone rivalry from the 80s, 90s to today. They needed each other to compete against. In the movies, action movie side of things, it spurred each other on, and there was a synergy there. I wonder if him smashing his tablet is still one of his most popular videos.
Oh
Not
my
shot.
God. There's no shot.
In fact, it got so bad that I just stopped looting entirely. At this point, I'd been playing for 13 hours straight, and I decided to end my stream and go at it just recording, because I was scared that people might decide to just target stream snipe me, as we've seen in other games. And even in this one.
There's no kill feed, yeah, so that's an editor effect that's been added afterwards. Quite a good one.
My full focus now being on the gameplay and a month and a half of just pure grind behind me, absolutely nothing was standing in my way.
He's got a good camera for his face cam.
What? But by R14, I seen that NN was extremely close to getting legend. And although I had caught up to him,
so he wanted to be the first legendary
I didn't know if I would
the
make
season.
it time, but I kept pushing, giving it my all. I realized quick enough that we were both on the same rank. I'd caught him just about, and he would still be some points ahead of me. Then I seen him get one rank away from legend, and I still needed another game to get to that rank. So
I don't think the guy he was competing against was a content creator. I should have probably recorded, like when I was, what little I played on this, maybe I could have done content. I guess I was busy at the time. You know, just the first play sort of thing, what it's like, could have talked about it.
Yeah.
Because I do want to try
needed to get
new
to that
games when they come out, even if I'm not going to.
He hadn't got legend, but I still needed one more insane game to pull it off. Was it possible to get it before him?
See all the drama building up?
Whew. I had no idea if I'd done it or not. Nope, I wasn't the first. I did continue playing, and I was the first creator to ever get legend and #1 in the world on Arena Breakout. That makes us the 6th time. If you like this game, you should download it.
So, yeah, I mean, it was just building up. Didn't beat him, but still, you know, this is the thing. In all of this, he's playing it. This is the story with a lot of gaming content is you can't obviously predict how it's going to go. You have a hope, you know, and you've got to play and then see what happens. Sometimes you've got to work out what the story is within all that gameplay, which is what they've done here. And yeah, it built us all this tension lead up, and he didn't beat that guy. And then he turned it around saying, I still got the 6th time. So that's good.
Link below too. Live with purpose and subscribe.
That was it. Yeah, I was impressed enough to watch. I didn't expect that I would sit there and watch almost 20 minutes of a game that I don't play, but I thought that was really well told. Now, why can't other content creators do that, like myself, or you know, like those? What's iFood got? How many subs? 1 million something? To almost 3 million. Sheesh. Because it takes a team to create stuff that good. That's the reality. Yes, some content creators have editors attached and so on, but just the amount of time that was spent in this, which includes all of iFig's time sitting on his ass, playing it for hours and hours and hours, and then sending that to someone to, you know, sort through, filter through, uncover the story and the best way to tell it. There's clearly a script involved because he's talking to camera afterwards. It's used to dramatic music that builds up. It's probably a bit overdone in parts, but in the key bits, that's where I noticed it when I watched it the first time. I thought that was, again, something that you don't see too much of. And it's because, I know this, I'm not a big creator, but I know that it's often the low effort stuff. You put your time in, plan something, and even just what he's doing there, talking to the camera, recording that afterwards from a script, that takes effort. And often you put that effort in and you just don't get the views. Whereas you can, you know, spend 10 minutes editing something and that thing will pop off. It's really hard to tell. So all that does is encourage you not to put in the effort, which is why I don't think anybody else could do that video, but I feel. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. I was genuinely impressed. So giving credit where credit's due. Yeah, it was a sponsored video. I bet you that people do. I'm sure there's a link in the description. There is, you know, I'm sure people did click on that and they got some play out of it. Yeah, look, I'm not an iFig fanboy, but I do give credit where credit's due. And he is our biggest content creator. I think he's the one that most of us would be able to name. And he's miles ahead of everybody else. So yeah, it's just exciting to see a video like that. Hawk's Nest is spent, who doesn't do much these days, because he just plans and executes to a higher level, and I don't think he gets the views that he wants out of it. So that's an example of what I was talking about. But he's doing it all himself. That dude's pretty creative. But it takes a team to pull off stuff like that. Yeah, Dusk, I felt the same. I did finish the tutorial. I did go on to played, like, let's say I played less than all up 2 hours. That's probably what it was. I would have thought I was recording it, but I probably just deleted the footage because I was just so bad. But I probably could have. I should, when something new releases, I should actually give my initial thoughts, because that comes into it. If it's just too hard, like I say, when I first played Fortnite, it was too hard. I only stuck at it because, you know, during COVID, my son was a bit younger and he needed someone to play with. So him and me hung out, and that's why I stuck with it and got okay. PUBG, just because I'd invested a year of watching it on YouTube. I could tell from watching it, like PUBG on PC was harder than mobile that came, but it was complex, and I don't like complex games normally. So I just like simple first-person shooters.